So this is the first one in my Chef Shit for the Win series. So today I tried making Korean bibimbapsu or makguksu, whichever you want to call it. They're similar dishes. Makguksu because I used buckwheat noodles. For traditional one, I kind of still deviated. I used blueberry jam, whereas I used fresh blueberries for the French inspired one. So that one is a little special, and Koreans will freak out when they see this one because I added Parmesan cheese and basil. So what we're going for with the maceration of the fruit is we're trying to pull out more of the juices. It's a technique that's used in French pastries mostly, but I've seen French chefs do this for non-pastry stuff. I once had this amazing strawberry wine vinegar sauce on buckwheat noodles in Europe. It's not a very traditional dish, but it uses traditional techniques. And there are parts of France and Italy where buckwheat noodles are very popular. But anyway, so we still put some gochujang. So there's one component in the French version, gochujang, or pepper paste, which is Korean. There's some garlic, but whatever. Everything else is mostly European. A little bit more Italian leaning, if you will, but it's South France, whatever. And then for the Korean one, all I did is I added one big spoonful of darfur blueberry jam, which is replacing the sugar that would have usually been in it. Now, why did I do that? In Korea, if you're familiar with like bibimbap or daeongdong, they put either apples or pear, Asian pear, to put a little bit of fruity sugariness in there. It gives a little bit of that fruitiness into the sauce that people like. I said, why not try with blueberry? Just to bring these two dishes a little closer to each other, and also didn't want to buy strawberries. I hate strawberries here, but that's me. Anyway, let's start tasting these. I'm gonna mix both of them, and I'm gonna eat the Korean one first because the kim or the seaweed's gonna get a little soggy, whereas so you want to kind of eat it a little quick. Now this is a little thicker than what I would usually do for makguksu. I try to do less gochujang, more vibrant, but I went a little bit more traditional on these ones, just to show you the contrast of how thick the sauce is, how red the noodles can be. So here, and this would be more typical to, well, I'd say south of Korea, but nowadays there's no real difference. Anyways, let's go for a taste. Now, that's some good bibimbapsu. Yeah. So in this one, the first immediate taste is the gochujang. Like you'll immediately taste the gochujang. You'll feel the kim, but even the kim is really hard to taste because it just punches you in the face. Can I tell that it's blueberry jam? Like, if no one told me, nope. You'd have to like pick out the blueberry bits of the jam to actually figure it out. And even then, like, if you're not familiar with what it is, you might not be able to guess what jam it is. Anyways, for anyone who's in a pinch and you don't have sugar for some reason, but you have some jam, you can always use that to make your bibimbapsu. But in general, well, I cook them myself, but noodles are good. I prefer using buckwheat noodles, but some in Korea you can also use flour noodles, which will be less chewy but lighter. Some people like the lightness of how it flicks onto your mouth. I'm more of a chew person, but in general, it's very savory, nutty because of the sesame, and yeah, it's still good. Now, let's try the more adventurous one. This is the, whoa, that magnet is strong. This is the French-inspired maceration-based version. a little bit of cheese on top, which again, like, it's not gonna melt, but it's like it's like a little bit of Parmesan on your salad. Think of it that way, so you can still see the bits. You can see how different the color is to the original version. And you can see some basil bits on there. I'm gonna grab a little bit of blueberry as well. Here we go. Oh wow. Yeah, the Parmesan works amazing on this. So, it still feels like Makguksu. If anything, it's closer to store-bought Makguksu if you're getting instant ramen packets. This will taste a little bit, the thickness of the sauce is way closer to that. And a lot of people will just associate it to that because they're more, let's say, texture forward. But the subtleness of the fruit just coming out from the sauce, along with the fragrance of the fresh basil, makes this so good. Wow. People ask me, like, where do I get my ideas? So I just come up with an idea, check if it makes sense using whatever platform I'm on. I'll look up if anyone else did something similar. Usually, like, people don't mix techniques up or don't bother. And in this case, for example, I just thought I want to use blueberries to make Makguksu, to make a fruity version of this dish. But yeah, the fresh basil, you can definitely feel it so much better. Someone also asked me why cold noodles, and stuff like this where there's herbs, there's fruit. Some people aren't used to eating sweet main dishes and with it, or sweet savory foods. This works. Like, the Parmesan comes in and replaces the soy sauce. The gochujang is still there, a little less to make it less thick. The red wine vinegar is there to make it a little more Western. But honestly, if someone is able to tell the difference between the red wine vinegar and rice vinegar in this, like, kudos. I think you're in like the top 0.1%. But anywho, yeah. So we're just replacing certain aspects with other versions of these ingredients, or other versions of what we can do. And it works. I can't really taste the garlic. If you want to push this back a little, Korean, I think you could add a little bit more garlic to both of these. Really, I'm not very garlic of a person. Wow, this is something to taste. Like, the original is good too, right? You get a really, if you want to see the contrast of the color, it's so different. Especially when you pull it up. So this is a more, like, this is also like kind of off of what the Korean one would be because it's way more color than what's supposed to be. But it's partially due to the blueberry jam, to be honest. This one definitely tastes more like, obviously, something I'd get in the Korean countryside. More than what I would usually cook for myself, but yeah. Both versions, amazing. This is just an experiment to show how you can use different chef techniques to come up with a very similar and yet very different result. Same dish, completely different way of bringing out the sugar fruitiness, and it's okay to like both. Anyways, that was my first chef shit for the win video, and yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna try. Just to explain, the purpose of these videos is I make a lot of these recipes just kind of like, I don't know, on a whim. The chef shit for the win videos are my usually more let's not say adventurous, but more of an established bet that I'm making on something that I know how to do well, Whereas the What the Fuck series would be something where I'm just experimenting for today. And the Goat series is something I'm just doing because I'm practicing. And then the last one, the Can't Fuck It Up series, is when I'm putting a little twist on something, or I'm either making it easier to make if you don't need to bother with more techniques, or just an easy version outright. And fun stuff like using Costco chicken to make ramen. Anyway, there we go. Thanks for tuning in.